Okay, and then this time we tie 3 knots. 1, 2, and 3. That fixes the Kundalini above our head, and then give a band on. Describe an arc from the left to the right. We do it for each chakra, so 7 times over and back. So just put your hands on your lap and just see, can you feel any vibrations, any cool sensations, or anything in the fingertips? So we can close our eyes if we want to go inside. Now, if you just let both hands hang towards the Mother Earth, we can ask the Earth to absorb any problems we have in our subtle system. The Kundalini, this Mother Kundalini that we have inside is also in the Earth, and we can request it to just take away any problems from the nadis, from the chakras, that can be absorbed into Earth. So Mother Earth, please absorb any impurities, any problems we have. Please bring us into balance, into the center. Make us grounded. This works very well. If you're sitting on the floor, you can just put both hands on the ground. You can really feel it, giving you stability and a sense of being grounded. So just bring the left hand back on the lap. Keep your right hand to the earth. The first center that we have, the Muladhara, at the very base of the spine, is made from the earth element. So we can request, please re-establish the qualities of this center, which are innocence, wisdom, spontaneity, auspiciousness, all these beautiful qualities. This innocence that's in the earth itself, in the animals, in the nature. We also have that. We can say, Mother Kundalini, please reawaken, reestablish my innocence and wisdom. So bring your hand back up on the lap now. Both hands should be on the lap. Again, we can just see what we feel in the hands. So with the right hand, bring it up to the nabi, which is where our navel is, at the center of our stomach. And here we can ask, please make me satisfied and peaceful. This center, the quality of this center is satisfaction. So we become very easily satisfied with this meditation. We become content with very little, really. So we can ask for that quality. Mother, please make me satisfied and peaceful. And around this center, there's an area called the void. So with the right hand, just do a circle around the void, just around the stomach area, clockwise, and we call this a bandhan. So slowly rotate your right hand clockwise around the stomach area. This is the area of the Guru principle. Again, Mother Kundalini, please establish this Guru principle in me. Please make me my own guru, my own master. This can be felt on the palm of the hands, not the very center, but out a little bit. This is a circle. You can feel this void area. Okay, just moving up to just above this center, there's the heart chakra, and just rest your right hand on the heart center. The center heart, and the heart itself, the element for this chakra is air. So we can take a few deep breaths. Just breathe in, hold it for a bit, and then release it. So together, breathe in. And release. And again, breathe in. And release. And again, breathe in. And release. This is the center where our antibodies are built up, and they fight off any attack on the body. In the same way, any sense of insecurity is fixed in this area, this chakra. And the quality is fearlessness. So we can ask, please make me fearless. Please make me courageous, fearless. And the hand back down on the lap. Again, you can say that, Mother, please make me secure, confident, and fearless. Moving up to the Ajna, which is at the forehead. You can just put your hand across the forehead. This is the center that we use when we think, obviously. So we want to try and let go of all the thoughts. Let go of everything, really. Just say, I forgive. This is the quality of this center. So we forgive all the thoughts, we forgive everyone, and we forgive ourselves, just to free up this chakra. So just say that a few times. I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. Okay. Bring the hand back down on the lap again. You should feel less thoughts now. Stretch the right hand. So the fingers go back a bit and just press it down onto the fontanelle bone at the top of the head. This was soft when we were children. Just slowly massage this area in a clockwise direction. And we can say to this Kundalini, this Mother Energy, Mother, please establish my self-realization. Please establish my connection with this all-pervading power of love. It's all around us. Okay, just raise the hand above your head a little. See if you feel any sensation there, any cool breeze. Bring down the hand now. Raise the left hand. Just hold it above the head. See, can you feel anything in the left hand? Bring down both hands. Try and keep the attention at the top of the head where the hand was. You can make a sound, very simple mantra, which is just Om. Make the sound Om together. And as we do, just bring the right hand up along the center channel to the top of the head. This will bring the Kundalini up and take us into a deeper meditation. We can do that a few times. Om. 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 Bring the hand back down on the lap. So just be aware of the hands and the fingers. Don't think about anything. Just see, do you feel any sensations, any cool breeze or warm breeze on the hands? Just check and see what you feel. So we're going to watch a video now of Shri Mataji, the lady in the photograph that started Sahaja Yoga. And before we do, if you're having a foot soak, you can take your feet out of the water now and just dry them off. So the video is for about 10 minutes, or 11 minutes, something like that.
Spirit is never upset, never excited, never hurries, and never is what you call that go-go business. Like now, we have to go to the airport. You find everybody was like an aeroplane, round, 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 round. What has happened? Oh, we have to go. We have to go, all right, so what? The whole thing is all these excitements and all these things come to us because we are outside. But if you are one with your spirit, you are absolutely calm. Absolutely calm. All right, we have to go, all right, we'll reach there. Doesn't matter. The other day we had to go for some shopping. I was trying to buy some saris for Indian ladies. We got lost. I never bothered them at all. They were going round and round and round and round. And then Danny realized, he said, I think perhaps we had to leave vibrations in all these places. I said, correct. And for about 2 hours, I think, we were roaming about. Anybody else would be saying, what's this? You can't find the place. What's the matter with you? Calm. We reached the shop at the right time, got everything at the right time, did everything, came back at right time. Everything was first class, nothing went wrong. But anybody in my place, I tell you, that time would have been, oh God, this, that. Why are you saving time? For what are you saving time? So we miss the present. And that's one thing Spirit never misses. It's always in the present. That's the reality. Now, in the West, people are very futuristic, extremely futuristic. And their futuristicness sometimes takes them to points. Say, for example, if they have to go by train. So instead of arriving at the right station, they'll go to the station which is further on. And then again they'll arrive at the further on. The train will never reach them. Sort of temperament there. So one should not plan at all anything like that fixes you. But at this moment, if I have to be told that we have to go at this time, it's all right, finished now. At this moment I've told it's recorded, finished. All right? So it's gone into the memory. There's nothing to worry about it. Now present. What are we doing? In a very calm way, witness it. Witness yourself. Now, witness yourself. Where is my mind going? Now somebody who has to cook must be thinking, oh, I have to get this, I have to get that. Once you start saying that I have to do it, you'll never be able to do it that well. But you said, all right, just now I'm in meditation. Every moment I'm in meditation. Everything will walk up to you, even matter. And you'll do the right things at the right place. You'll meet right people at the right place. The other day, we were just walking, strolling around. Whom do we find there? Caroline. She just walked out. There I met her, she said, Christine is just next door. I said, let's go. And you should have seen the joy on her face when she came down, she saw me. Beautiful experience for me and her. She was so happy. Then we went together. So when you are so much tied down with your watch, that means you are not tied down with your spirit. So a Sahaja Yogi, if he sees watch, then he is not a Sahaja Yogi. But the other side could be that the Sahaja Yogis are never in time where they have to be. Very common in England. I reach always first to open the door. And to clean it also sometimes. Now, to take for granted things, as you say, take for granted. That's not the way Sahaja Yoga is. You have to be alert, absolutely alert. If you are alert, immediately I have to go now this time. I have to do it. I have to get this thing out. If you have to miss something, you are supposed to miss it. That's what it is. So there's a beautiful thing written down, like they say, Jaise rakhahu, taise hi rahu. The way you keep me the way I am will be happy. So satisfaction towards yourself, your spirit is important. Because ego will plan out. Oh, we go there, we must get mother, say daisies. We decide, must get daisies. You don't find daisies, you are disappointed. Why not? These are all my flowers. Whether they're daisies or not, they look so nice. Whatever you get it. That's the thing wanted. You know that the divine is working out everything for you. When you are supposed to get something else, better have it. Even by mistake, if I lay my hand upon something like a book or something, immediately I'll open it out and see why this book has come in my attention. Why this fellow has come in my attention. Why this is happening. And immediately I find that there's some connection Something has to be done, something has to be said, something has to be worked out. So for a person who is imbibed with the culture of spirit, the Sahaj culture, impresses others by his calmness and relaxed attitude. Relaxation never means lethargy by any chance. It doesn't mean lethargy. Lethargy is against relaxation. A person who is relaxed cannot become lethargic. Relaxed means a person who is alert and calm. These two things for human beings is an impossibility. Because if they are alert, then they are not calm. If they are unhappy, sad, then they think they are very, very calm. So this is one of the things one has to remember, that you have to witness yourself all the time. Not to condemn yourself, but witness. Now I said the word witness means detached. Now what happens with this? When you start condemning yourself, you miss every good point. For example, you have some experience of a sudden height being achieved. Alright? At that point, you should catch hold of it. Hold on to it. Keep to it, but don't forget that you may go back. No. And then wait for another higher moment to come. Hold on. That's how you climb Himalayas. But not that, oh ma, now it's all right, but what will happen next? Then you have gone down. Because you have to face yourself in a way knowing what are your powers. You are a spirit now. You are no more an ordinary human being. So you have no business to condemn yourself or to degrade yourself or in any way to feel unhappy. No way. Past is past. What happened a moment before is finished. Now I am going to rise. Now I am going to rise. So a person who has a Sahaj culture is not only spontaneous but is inspired. Is an inspired personality. A person who is of that kind, an inspired visionary, then other people get impressed by such a person that, see, there is a man who is inspired, who talks in an inspired way, in a way that is something very different from others. Something new, he says. New that is nourishing. Such a personality, like the other day, you see, we heard the lectures of so many people. And when the New Zealand Prime Minister was coming, CP said, now let's go back because we'll have a little tea or something. I said, no, you listen to this man. He's a realized soul. He said, really? I said, yes, you listen to him. First, everybody was thinking New Zealand, such a little tidbit of a country. What is he going to speak? You see, they were moving about, making it. Within 2 minutes, he captured everybody's attention. You see, he's bubbling with her. So beautifully, and he spoke all the points so much different, and so much new, and so much better. CP was amazed. He said, how do you know? I said, I know, because when I was in New Zealand, I told them he's a realized soul. And our Prime Minister is also a realized soul. You'll be surprised after our Prime Minister finished his lecture and all that, after 2-3 lectures he was to go. So then he turned round and went to this Australian Prime Minister, only him, went and congratulated me. Congratulated and said something very close to him. And the fellow again, as he flew up into joy. We saw all that. And then he came away. Why? Because one realized soul understands another realized soul. And everybody was amazed. Why did he turn to this man alone and went and congratulated him? So, such a large country like India, represented by our Prime Minister, goes down all the way to a little country like New Zealand, which is nothing compared to India, and congratulates. And that's a developed country, this is a developing country. It's something people did not understand. And the whole joyous atmosphere, both of them, shaking hands created. This is Sahaj culture. in which you recognize and realize.
Hello everyone, after that lovely talk from Shri Mataji, we are going to discuss a little bit about the right side, as she was talking about, and how we can understand if we ourselves are imbalanced on the right side and what we can do about it. We'll have another short meditation, and if you have an ice pack that you want to use during that meditation, you could take some opportunity over the next minute to fetch it, as ice is a very good treatment to cool down the right side. So we'll use the ice with another little meditation that we'll have in a few minutes. But before then, just to discuss a few things about the right side. So how do we know that we're getting imbalanced on the right side? I mean, Shri Mataji mentioned several things from our behavior that we can understand. How if we think and plan things very excessively, and we can definitely find that, although we might be wanting to achieve a lot, and many times we find that things don't work out if we spend too much time thinking and planning and trying to push things through on our own agenda. We can find that we can get quite irritable. We might get irritated with ourselves and start feeling bad that we can't achieve all the things that we wanted to achieve. And we can maybe start getting irritated with other people as well. Maybe they're not doing the things we want them to do, or maybe they feel that they're holding us up or slowing us down, and we can get quite grumpy with other people. We find when we're in this right side, it's the right channel is the channel that goes from the left side of the head down the right side of the body. It's the side of the future and thinking and planning, and we definitely need that right side to enable us to take action. The only problem is when we use it too much and we become imbalanced, and then we can find that we can feel hot on our subtle system. So, for example, we may feel quite a lot of heat in our right hand when we're meditating. We might feel some heat from the right hand chakras as well. We maybe find that we can't still our thoughts very easily. We might find that we struggle with sleeping. Maybe we can't relax and we can't sleep. And yeah, we maybe find that we sometimes are getting a bit angry with other people as well. That anger sometimes is an example of where we feel some heat coming from the centers, and it can come out and it can manifest either through the heart center or the Vishuddhi center, where we can speak angrily to other people because these centers have gone out of balance. I think the other key thing that I always find when I get imbalanced on the right side is that you start to lose the joy out of life. So life can feel like really hard work. We start to stop being able to notice the things that give us joy. We stop being able to relax, and that's a real shame. And that's always a good indication for me that I need to rebalance and cool down the right hand side so that I can start to feel the joy of the spirit again. And it's only by working through the spirit that we can be, as Shri Mataji said, truly dynamic. So anything that we think that we can achieve on our own through our right side is an illusion. The only way that we can really do things is through being in the center, and through sort of surrendering to that present moment. So what can we do to cool down the right side? We can the trick is to cool it down. So we can use the elements. So when we had the meditation earlier with Seamus, he asked you to put your hand up. This uses the air element. The air element is very cooling to cool down that right side. And of course we can use water as well. So I know you know about foot soaks and doing foot soaks. So the foot soak is very important for the right side. And even for the foot soak, I would say to cool down the right side, you can do the foot soak with very cold water. And sometimes if you feel quite like you have a lot of heat in you, you can even put ice in the water to make it colder as well, just to really cool down that right side. And then, of course, the other important thing that we're going to use is the ice pack, and this is very effective way to cooling down the right hand side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into meditation. We'll use the ice pack. If you have one, that's great. If not, you can use your hand as well. And we're going to use the ice pack and we're going to put it on where our liver is on the body. So it's on the right-hand side of the abdomen, just below the rib cage. So when you're ready, you can close your eyes. You can pick up your ice pack. You can hold it in place with your left hand. And we're going to say a few affirmations that will help. And then after that, we'll go straight into a meditation with just a bit of music in the background up until the close of this session. And I'd invite you to see whether or not you feel any difference in the meditation after we've said the affirmations with the ice pack. So if we could just, we'll just close our eyes, and once you've done that, we can put on the picture of Shri Mataji again on the screen. Okay, so if we're now nicely settled down with the ice pack on our liver, and we can say the affirmation firstly that was recommended on the slide there, that was just on the screen. So we can say, Mother Kundalini, please clear and cool down my right side. Mother Kundalini, please use this ice and water element to cool down my right side. And as you hold the ice pack on the liver, just see if you notice any difference in how your meditation feels. Whether you can feel increased presence of the attention on the top of the head as we cool down the right side, that ego that is on the left side of the head draws down and down, and it clears more space for the Kundalini to rise up to the Saraswara chakra on the top of the head. Another very effective affirmation that we can say to stop us from entering into that illusion that we are doing things or making things happen is we can say, Mother, I do nothing, you do everything. We can say inside a few times, Mother, I do nothing, you do everything. And you can take a few deep breaths as you feel yourself let go of that need to be doing things, to be thinking, and to be planning. Take a few deep breaths and again say, Mother, I do nothing, you do everything. And just let it sink in what that means. As Shri Mataji was talking about in her speech, that if we can learn to be in the present and surrender to the present and trust that we'll actually be able to do the right things at the right time without needing to plan and think too much about it, that actually we will be more dynamic and more effective and be able to achieve so much more without any stresses and strain. And now, if you want to, you can leave the ice pack on your liver if you feel it's giving a benefit, or you can put it to one side and we'll sit for another 5 minutes of meditation with the music, just to feel the benefit of that extra coolness and stillness within. We'll now bring the meditation and the session to an end by, again, collectively tying up the Kundalini and putting on a bandana. So we all tie up the Kundalini together. Once. And twice. And 3 times to fix the attention above the head, and then use the bandana for protection, starting from the left hand, bringing the vibrations up, over down to the right hip, and then all the way back 7 times. So that is the end of the presentation tonight. I think it just remains for myself and Seamus to thank you all for joining us this evening, and hopefully you'll be able to join the next session, which will be on Thursday this week, for the next step of your journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
Very enjoyable.
Really lovely.